Love, light, and blessings. Shamanic Awak Priestess here, and I'm doing a monthly review slash favorites of the month of February 2021. And one of the first things, I did a video series, so 29 videos to celebrate Black History Month. So this will be my second year. This was my second year that I did this series called 29 Days of Melanated Excellence. So definitely enjoyed making that series. I did it a little bit different than last year where I posted a video every single day. I was planning on still doing it this year, but because of COVID, remote schooling for the kids, and all these kinds of things, it was very challenging. So I decided to instead make the videos when I could. So sometimes you had, 3 videos in one day, that kind of thing. But point is, I made my goal of 29 videos. So I'm really excited about that. Also, I made a goal this year in January of 2021. My spiritual path, so my tarot practice, has been changing a lot. I have actually been getting rid of decks that I no longer use. They've been put away in storage, things like that. I feel like possibly in the second half of this year, so within the next 6 months or so, I'm going to review the decks that I've put away. If I'm still not called to use them, I'm going to be getting rid of the majority of them. I have actually made my collection really decks that I work with only, not just the ones that are out, are the actual ones that I work with in a professional level or use in some type of personal way. With that being said, I've noticed that there's a shift even, it was already happening towards the end of 2020, but really this big awakening that happened in January of 2021, with all the politics and all the things that are going on. I just have not been called to buy any new decks. I haven't been watching walkthroughs. There's nothing wrong with walkthroughs. It's just something that's really not calling to me anymore. I don't feel the need of wanting to buy decks, crystals. I still buy candles because I use them for business purposes. I have bought in the past backup decks of my working decks, things like that. But as far as just like the way that I used to buy decks, even last year, the year before that, I'm just not called to do that. And so what my goal is, instead of doing a deaf year, like it is a deaf year, but it's not, I'm not doing like a no buy year. That did not work for me last year. If anything, it made me want to buy things more. My goal is every time I don't buy a tarot deck, I will, or something, or a crystal or something like that, because I took into account how much I was spending monthly. And I don't need a new deck every month. I don't need all of that for my business, right? Because I only use like 6 decks for working purposes, with the occasional oracle and stuff like that, and playing cards. So what I ended up doing instead is calculating how much I could safely afford to invest on a monthly basis for charity. So as of January of 2021, I've been sponsoring 3 families in Haiti, to help their children go to school. It's something that the spirits really call me to do. I will not show the pictures of the children that I am currently working with and helping and things like that. I'm not saying it for accolades. I'm just saying like what my deaf year, low buy year is about. So every time I make that payment, it's just been beautiful these last 2 months, because I started in January. I paid in February, and so I didn't set any goals like am I going to do the whole year or not. I'm just kind of going with it. But it's just been a very beautiful and wonderful experience. Once I started doing that, it's like that giving has filled this void that all these decks that I was buying wasn't filling, because I felt like something was missing last year, and I guess I was trying to, and there's nothing against people that collect stuff. Me personally, it was starting to make me kind of sad. Like I have limited space, so it was making me like like overwhelmed, feeling like I have to use everything and all that stuff. So, but instead of getting rid of everything, because I don't want to get rid of stuff that I invested in, then to be like, oh, I want it back now, I'm kind of keeping them away. They've been packed up since last year. And in the midpoint of this year, we'll make over a year, maybe a year and a half of not having those tools, not feeling the need to dig them out. So either I'm going to give them away, or I'm going to find a place to store them permanently, you know, because maybe in a couple of years I want to use those decks again. But the point to the story is I don't want to add anything new. And so just giving to charity and things like that has made me feel less sad, less that feeling of feeling powerless. It's made me feel more powerful. It's made me feel good. It's made me feel empowered. That's the best word. It's made me not even want to buy anything. So it's been very healing for me. So I've been loving that this year. I love doing the 29 days of melanated excellence this year. It was really fun. I really loved the response that I got from my ableism video. I always try to have a serious theme. Last year was about Black Lives Matters and police, and this year was about ableism, amongst the other various 28 topics that I talked about. This month's theme, I haven't really been reading anything, so there's no books to show. I haven't done any chakra work. I've kind of been pulling back from doing all this intense stuff. This month of February felt more like loving myself and self-love and taking it easy when I had downtime. When I'm working, so a lot of setting boundaries. I have been doing self-care, but it's been more protection work, lighting a lot of white novena candles, red novena candles, black novena candles, and things like that, doing a lot of intense work for clients and readings and all of that. So things have been going good in that sense. I've been able to add on hours, so wait times have been shortened. So I'm getting into that rhythm now. Just getting used to all these changes coming up. So it's just, like I said, been a month of comfort. Like I've quite enjoyed, you know, burning blessed incense has been my favorite incense this month. It's my all-time favorite, but that's like, and I only burn like a stick or two a day. So I've been burning this candle, which is almost done. I got this from like Family Dollar. It's a mahogany sandalwood scented candle. I love it. It smells really beautiful and clean. Whenever I'm going to do a reading, when I want to get into that reading vibration, I'll do like a 5, 10, 15, 20 minute, depending on what I feel I need. Meditation, reflection, that type of thing, raising energy. And if I'm not lighting this one, I have this one. Also from Family Dollar, the caramel maple. And I love this. It smells like the syrup from like pancake syrup, and I love it because it reminds me of my mom worked a lot when she, like throughout my childhood, you know, when she migrated here, she was a cleaning lady, she was a nanny, she was a housekeeper, like she did all these things. And so I didn't always see her when I was younger, like she was always working. And I loved when she would take off Sundays, because this reminds me of like Sunday breakfast, when she would actually have time to cook us breakfast and say what doesn't eat breakfast and stuff. You know, my mom at that time was also putting herself through college, so Sundays were really special. And when I light this, especially when I've been, you know, having my moments of sadness or whatever, this month has been a struggle. I like this, and it just reminds me of that like time, that nostalgia when I was younger, and my mom would be making pancakes and eggs and, you know, pancakes, scrambled eggs and bacon and all that. So yeah, it just brings me back to that place. So I have been completely loving it. So like I was saying, it's just been a month of self-love and self-care and all of that stuff. I apologize that I didn't really put like Happy Valentine's Day on my community tab. I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. It's never really been something that resonates with me. Like I'll buy things for my kids or whatever, but like Valentine's Day isn't a big thing for me. And I didn't even realize I didn't put anything on there because it's like, again, it's something I don't really celebrate. So I took a personal day on Valentine's Day and kind of just spent it with the kids, because I just noticed the energy around Valentine's Day is very intense. A lot of people feel pressured to find the one, or have the most relationship problems and all of that. I feel society puts a lot of expectations on romance, and commercializes it a lot, that it puts like a lot of pressure on couples and partners and all of that. So I just don't like it. That's just me personally. So even when I was with someone or dating or whatever, or married at the time or whatever, it just never been anything that was really big on my celebration. So yeah, so that's why I didn't really do anything for Valentine's Day, blah 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 blah. I do love readings because I feel like Valentine's Day could be every day. Like, love is an everyday thing, not a one time a year thing. And if you're in a relationship with someone, okay, whatever type of relationship you have, you should show that person you love them all year round, not just once a year. So yeah. But anyways, I'm steeping my tea right now. I'm making myself some peppermint tea, which has been something that has been my favorite this month. Like, I've drank other tea, but peppermint has been beautiful. I love peppermint. Like I said, I am a full-time reader, so I'm a full-time psychic reader. I'm always, doing tarot readings or spiritual investigations, all that kind of stuff. So because I do so much workings and spiritual work and all of that stuff, peppermint kind of decompresses me, it calms me, it really charges my third eye and my throat. It just makes me feel good. It's very healing. It has medicinal purposes, so I've been loving that. My personal tarot practice, oracle practice, divination practice has changed. So while I read on a full-time basis, 5 to 6, depending on the week, so 5 to 6 days a week on a full-time basis, 99.99% of my readings are for other people, are professional readings, okay? And I do a lot of them throughout the day because I do have a normal, 4, 6, 8 hour workday. So I'm doing so many readings for myself. I started to not enjoy doing readings for myself, and that's been something that's been ongoing for a while. And so I rarely read myself. Maybe I did a reading for myself once this month, if that. And it's always for prediction reasons. So if I'm trying to make a major life decision or something like that, and I want to see what the outcome of it is. But spiritual counseling of myself and that kind of stuff, I know that resonates with a lot of people in the tarot community. It's really something that just doesn't resonate with me. There was a time that it did, but it just doesn't. And I don't know if it's because I read tarot all the time and it's like a job and I do it on a full-time basis. And I love reading for other people. Like, if you've ever had a reading with me, you see I'm smiling, I'm happy. I love what I do. But I don't get anything out of reading for myself, honestly. It's like, I'm in a good place, like I have problems like everybody else, but I'm in a good place. And I don't know, like when I want to talk to spirits, like I just talk to spirits and I do more rituals. So I do rituals maybe 4 to 6 times a week. I'll spend some time in my spirit room, meditating, talking to the spirits, doing something with them. And I have that direct connection with source. So when it comes to me wanting guidance, I'll have different ways I'll ask, but I just talk to the spirits. And again, if I'm wanting to do something predictive or whatever, I may pull cards or whatever. But again, I have more of an interactive relationship with the spirits when it comes to my own personal things. So I don't have the need to use cards to communicate with spirits, because I know some people do it that way too. Like they'll have a reading for themselves and they're, talking to their spirit guides or whatever. I don't do that with my cards. When it comes to client readings, they're more channeled readings anyways. Like, yes, I'll use a tarot card, but it's not about the meaning of the cards or the academics or whatever. It's more about what the spirits tell me that the message is for the client, what they tell me the outcome is, and that kind of thing. So I read clients the way I read myself, but it's just in my own personal practice because I'm not really making that many big life decisions. Like, I'm in a good place right now. I just talk to the spirits. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I petition them, I'll thank them, I'll give them gifts, I'll do this, that, and the other, but I just don't have the need to read for myself. I found it to be more of a work recently. So because of that, I've been really purging my collection, because I had a lot of decks that I didn't really like reading professionally, but I will always be like, oh, but I use it for personal use, but I'm not even doing that anymore. So yeah, so I am going to show you my favorite decks, but it's not really a lot. For the month of February, I used this deck. Okay, and it's the Tarot of the Nile. And I used it for like the first 2 weeks of February. I thought it was going to be the whole month. But what ended up happening is I gave really great readings with it, don't get me wrong. But I ended up being drawn to this other deck that I'm going to show you. And I've been working with that deck the last 2 weeks of February for, professional readings, readings for myself, whatever the case may be. Again, I'm not really reading for myself lately, but yeah, I was drawn to work with this, was really vibing with it the first 2 weeks, so from like February 1st to the 15th. And then during that second half of February, I was drawn to a different deck. And even in March, as of March 3rd, still working with this deck, the one that I'm going to show you. So I don't know if it's because I don't like the way that it's chipping prematurely. Like the cardstock is really not as good as I thought it was. It looks worn for a deck that's not even old, so it doesn't have a lot of wear to it. Like it has a lot of wear to it, I meant to say. So yeah, so I don't know. But I do give really great readings with it. I love it. But I was drawn to work with this other deck that I'm having like this really profound connection with. It feels like the connection I used to have with Wheel of the Year, which I really don't have that kind of connection with it anymore. So I've been like really obsessed with this next deck that I'm going to show you. And it's interesting because I am not an indie deck person. I like my decks to be mass produced, things like that. So this one's from Siren's Import, and things like that. It's a good deck, but just be aware it does chip very easily. The cards do get worn very easily, so just FYI. But a disclaimer is I do a lot of reading, so my decks do tend to wear down faster than some that I see. So and I don't rotate my decks a lot, so I have a limited amount of decks that I use for professional readings and things like that. So yeah, so this is the second deck that I use. So there's only 2 decks this month. This is the mug that I've been using all month. I love it the most. Be your own kind of beautiful. And drinking that peppermint tea is so good. Okay, so this is an indie deck. It is pricey. I ended up buying a second copy. Something I would have never thought that I would do. And this is your Groovy Weight Tarot. Okay, this is your Groovy Weight Tarot. I love it. It's indie tarot collectibles. I'm gonna try to link their site to my video in the description box below. So this is the second copy. I am going to be doing a walkthrough of this deck. This is again my backup copy. My original copy, and it's nothing bad. I noticed that when I first purchased the other one, which I used sparingly because I didn't want to mess up the deck, now I have a second copy, so this definitely is a working deck now. And because I have a backup copy, I'm more comfortable to, let this wear down naturally, and I'm not babying the deck anymore. This is a thinner cardstock than the original. The coloration is different, so I'm going to be doing a comparison. The original one, the one that I put away as a backup copy, came in a box. It is thicker cardstock, so on and so forth. This is a thinner, more shinier cardstock. And this one sometimes comes in a pouch. So the creators are no longer putting it in a box anymore due to the high cost of things. This deck does come from the United Kingdom, so it is overseas. It does take a while for it to get to you, just letting everybody know. I am going to be doing a more in-depth walkthrough of this deck because I love it. It's going to be a walkthrough / review, so I'm going to really talk in depth about it because I am completely loving it. I love the backs. The Trip and Wait, I like it, but it didn't become a working deck. I actually bought that one as a working deck and then ended up seeing this one. And when I saw like the 7 of Cups, oh, I fell in love with this deck. So this is the one that I ended up loving more. So I ended up getting a backup copy of it. So just letting you guys know, it is an indie deck. So it is pricey, at least for me anyway. So, but I love it. So I guess the whole indie deck thing is changing for me. So, but anyways, so yeah, so I'm just going to show you a couple of cards. So this deck I've been working with nonstop. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Again, this new edition is a little bit more glossy. I love it though. I love it. The colors are brighter too. I noticed the first copy is more muted, but I wanted to save the first edition that I got, like the other edition that I got. I'm one of those people. I like to save earlier editions. I'll use the newer ones if they have thinner cardstock, because then I feel like this one's more readily available and that kind of stuff. But yes, so I have my backup now. I'm really excited. I love this deck so much. It is a great. I love this card. Yes. Oh, it just. Oh, I connect with this deck in such a. Oh, just. I think it's the colors. I'm a very colorful person. Like, I love it. I love it. I love colors. That could be the Afro-Caribbean in me, but I love it. I love this Seven of Cups. But yeah, I love this dark card with the purple lady. But yeah, completely love this deck. It is. It's beautiful. It's gorgeousness. I love the background colors. It does have some diversity in it and all of that. So it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck. Love the Tower card. Again, I'm going to do a full walkthrough of this. So no worries. But the Three of Swords. I love this Three of Swords, guys. Okay. So yeah, it is a great. Oh my God. Look at the Ton of Swords in this deck. Just look at it. Like, this is like, look at this Two of Swords. All right, that's enough. Oh my God, look at this King of Swords. But yeah, I love, love, love. Make love, not war. Like, I love it. I love it. Look at this Knight of Wands. Look at him. I love him. Okay. Oh, look at Judgment. Can you see that? Yeah, so loving this. Oh, look at the Lovers. Okay, let me stop now. Okay, enough. Okay, one more. The Queen of Wands. Oh, it's so glossy. Can you see her? I love her. She's gorgeous. Okay. Love the furls. So, yeah, love everything about. Guys, and then the extra cards that it comes with. Look at Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. I love him. Okay, so yeah. Love this deck. Only complaint is it's a bit glossy. The thinner cardstock does make it easier for me to shuffle the deck, so I don't mind it, but I know some people do, so I just want to let you know the cardstock is thinner than the original one that I have. But again, loving this deck. It is a wonderful, beautiful, gorgeousness. So, but that is it for this video, guys. That has been my month in February, just making content for you guys. I've solely worked with these two tarot decks in the month of February, alongside my playing cards that I use for my spiritual investigative readings and things like that. I use playing cards for those. That's why I don't really show the cards that I use for readings, because a lot of times if I'm not using tarot, I'm using playing cards. I've gone back to cartomancy again, and I love it since like the second half of last year. So yeah, but anyways, I love you guys. Until the next video, I think I'm gonna take the rest of this week off as far as content creation, with the exception of this video, and just make the tarot video that I want to make possibly next week, and sometime next weekend, that kind of thing, because I think I need a little bit of a break from content creation, only because I made 29 videos, guys. Boom, and then today will be 30, so I need a little bit of a break. That's like posting almost every day. That's a lot. So, and then when I miss posting, I'm making 3 or 4 videos a day, so that's a lot of work. So today's Wednesday, so I think I'm gonna take Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then, you know, next week I'll post the deck review and maybe another video or something like that. So I'll be going back to my regular 1 to 2 videos a week posting, since Black History Month is over. Happy Women's Month. So happy Women's Month this month, March 2021. So to all my beautiful queens out there, much love, much light, much blessings to every single one of you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until the next video, guys, bye.